I'm Jim Kleinpeter, LSU beat writer for NOLA.com, the Times-Picayune. I'm with columnist Ron Higgins. We just saw LSU get steamrolled on the Plains, 41-7 by Auburn. I don't think a lot of people expected LSU to win the game. I don't think that many people expected them to get manhandled like this again, although maybe Mississippi State game was a harbinger for this. Uh, Another 500 plus yards given up, a lot of big plays. Brandon Harris struggled, but you got to wonder, the defense was supposed to be the strength of this LSU team, and you could look at the Mississippi State game and see where they had some key busts on big plays that accounted for a lot of those yards. But out here, it was that all over again and more. They never stopped Auburn.
It was awful. It was awful, painful to watch if you're an LSU fan, because you felt like you were watching the Mississippi State game all over, like Groundhog Day. I mean, spread option offense, couldn't stop it. As good as Dak Prescott was, this guy Nick Markle is probably as good or better in different ways. And here you got like what third and 8 in the 29-yard line, and he runs for a touchdown on a quarterback draw. Incredible. And that kind of says the whole thing. In the first quarter, I think they gave up 6 plays of like maybe 18, 20 yards or more, big passes. Guys didn't make plays. The first quarter, Auburn gained so much yardage, it was like 20 yards less than LSU's total for the game.
Yeah.
Like that was incredible. I mean, in the total domination. I don't know. And LSU could say they can go look at the game film. They looked at the game film of the Mississippi State game. They said didn't learn anything.
Yeah, and it was the debut, or the starting debut, and a lot of hope was put around Brandon Harris. Finally going to get to start. He's obviously the better quarterback. He goes out on the second play. He fumbles the snap. On the next series, he forgets where to go, gets dropped for a 2-yard loss. I kept track of this. On their first 8 first down plays, they averaged 7 yards, but they couldn't do anything with that. And usually you hear that if an offense can do well on first down, it projects well for the rest of the series. But LSU couldn't stay on the field. They punted 5 out of their first 6 possessions after 3 plays. So just an awful performance by the offense that you had some hope for coming in.
You know, I mean, I'm going to say this. I mean, I was surprised it was terrible, but I wasn't surprised that he was going to struggle. I mean, he's a true freshman. No matter how he did last week, I thought he would struggle, and he really did struggle. I mean, it was still a lot of passes high. Let me tell you, to his credit, Brandon Harris showed up in the post game and flat out said he was terrible, and said why he was terrible, and he owned it. And for a true freshman to show up and own it, very impressive. I mean, I wouldn't put him back on the bench and come out next game and start firing away again. I think he'll learn from this. He said the play calling was fine. He said the plan that Ken Cameron put together was fine. You know, he put the blame on himself for not doing the job, and I mean that's partially true, yeah. But to me, and even Les Miles said it was, you know, the offense got the field too quickly and defense got tired. Let me tell you, defense wasn't tired in the first quarter.
That's right.
It wasn't offense's fault in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Brandon even said, I was hoping somebody would wake me up so I would find out it was a dream. Well, anyway, it wasn't a dream, and it was a nightmare for us to watch, too. But anyway, follow us on NOLA.com. LSU got Florida next week, and you can keep up with everything for that on NOLA.com, and we'll see you there on NOLA.com.